sounds like you're in California now, or Carolina.
No, I'm in Vegas. I'm actually driving back this weekend, and I'll be back up Monday for fight week.
All right, right on. That's cool. So, I mean, are you living in California though? Did you say Vegas?
Yeah, I live in California. I just jump back around.
Yeah.
I tend to piss a lot of people off, so I try not to stay in one gym for too long before I start making enemies.
All right, I hear you.
If you haven't guessed by like this short amount of we've spoke.
Yeah. How about the pandemic stuff? How has that affected things? I mean, it is, it's become a part of everything these days.
Oh, bro, I don't even notice, honestly. Like, no effect in my life whatsoever. Oh, yeah, no, due to the pandemic has affected me none. I've ignored it the entire time.
Yeah. I just know it's affected. I mean, a lot of people switching up their training and everything, like they had to, at least in the beginning. So wasn't sure if that was something you had to deal with too.
The pandemic, dude, like most gyms, I don't know one gym that really closed.
Yeah.
Like every time you heard gyms like closing, it was all bullshit. Like no gyms closed. To think that like in the UFC was still hosting fights, like where do you think these guys are training at? Like at the park? No, hell no, the gyms are open.
Yeah.
Well, I do know Extreme Couture closed. Like
okay,
they legitimately closed for 2 weeks. But other than that, like, yeah, I think it's all bullshit. No one really closed.
Yeah. And I mean, things are starting to slowly open up more and more, it seems like. So,
well, I mean, like, the world's opening up, but for the most part, like the MMA community hasn't even slowed down, in my opinion, at least my experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good. Keep things rolling for the most part and everything. And I mean, yeah, dude, I mean, getting ready to fight again. I mean, you were a model of consistency, before the injury and everything. So, man, what's the feeling like, getting ready to actually get in there again?
No, man, it feels good, dude. Like, I just want to do well. A big reason for me going up to middleweight is because I want to fight more. Like, welterweight, I literally had to kill myself to make it. And I want to fight more. I want to perform better. I don't want to, the UFC would call me and they would be like, hey, you want to fight in 8 weeks? And like, I would just feel like this rush of anxiety about having to starve myself. So, I mean, it feels good. I can't wait to get back. The weight cut's been easy. I mean, I'm a little high right now, but I haven't fought in 2 years. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, that sounds like you're ruling out any returns to welterweight because obviously was curious about that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, dude, I train with a lot of high-level middleweights, and I do very fucking well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not often where I train with a middleweight, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't belong in this division. But again, if I go and I start getting fucked up, yeah, I mean, I would go down to middle. I would go back down to welterweight, but I really think welterweight was a bad idea from the beginning.
Yeah.
I was just kind of scared. Not scared of my opponent, but like, you get scared of failure, and then it's just like you just kind of get scared of failure, and you want to be like, well, if I do more and I sacrifice more, I'll get more. And like as you get older, you realize that's not the case.
Yeah. And I mean, I was curious about that too, because I know it's something you've talked about in the past, kind of those mental hurdles and the fear of losing. Has that gotten easier over time?
No, it's so much easier. But like, like you have like, this is a lot more old school. Like you thought the more you gave up, the more miles you ran, the more rounds you did, like the better off you'll be, And then as you get older, you start realizing like overtraining is a thing. It doesn't matter if your body fat's 10% or 4%, like it doesn't matter, If anything, being lower kind of hinders. The extra rounds, the more miles, like it kind of just hurts you,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And in my opinion, I mean, I could be fucking wrong. I could go and get knocked out in a week and be like, well, maybe I should be a welterweight. Who knows?
All depends on the fight itself.
Yeah, I could knock him out and be like, this is where I belong. I should have never went down. Like, I'm going to run this division. Or I go get knocked out and, I'm a welterweight. No, I'm just joking. That's never me. I always own up to my losses.
I mean, yeah, very few of those. So, I mean,
yeah, well, I will say in every loss, I learned something, man. I actually ran into fucking Ponzinibbio the other day or yesterday. Really? Fucking guy. He's a really nice guy. Nothing bad to say about him. But I was like, yeah, that's what happens. I was so salty. I was like, yeah, man, next time we fight, it's in America. Fucking Brazil. We know how you guys fucking do it. Nah, but he's a good dude. No shame on that. He definitely won. But that was a long time ago. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah. But I mean, just mentioning like Ponzinibbio and those few losses that you do have, I mean, they've been only to like top guys, So I mean, in hindsight, that you find that super motivating.
Let me be honest. let me be honest. Like, and I'm never making excuses. Kamaru Usman beat the fuck out of me. Beat the fuck out of me. Beat the fuck out of me for 3 rounds. No excuse. But like the spinning back kick guy, Ezekiel. I'll tell you what, dude. I deserve that. And the fight, dude, if you watch the fight, he's throwing punches at me. He even falls down a couple times. I let him up. In my mind, I'm like, bro, you suck. Like your hand speed's garbage. Like I see everything you're throwing at me. I start giggling a little bit like a fucking moron. And then next thing I know, he catches me with a spinning back kick. So like that one hurt the most because I just got caught and like I got caught with my arrogance, like my fucking hubris got me caught. And that, I think that's one of the fights that hurt the most. But every other loss is what it is, learning experience.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I was just implying, like, those were still, they're pretty good guys, and I mean, losing to them.
Trust me. But understand, dude, everybody that I've ever beat me, bro, I hear their name replayed in my head every day. Like, it bothers me every day.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's some motivation.
Come on, Usman.
Again.
Yeah. Well, even like Kamaru Usman, man, like, I'll never forget that camp. Like, so I never wrestled, man. I was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, I was like, I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. Like, fuck wrestling. Like, I'll do stand-up. If he takes me down, I'll tap him out, like a stupid ass. This is like fucking 4 years, however long ago. So then I bring a bunch of high-level wrestlers into my camp. And, dude, I am just getting fucked up all camp. The whole 8 weeks, bro, these, like, high-level wrestlers are just beating me into the ground where I'm like, I'm going to fucking lose this fight. Like, I'm going to fucking lose, Like, I remember walking out there, bro, and, like, I had these wrestlers in my corner warming me up, and they were taking me down to the back room. I just remember walking out there like, fuck, I'm going to fucking
no
lose.
Chance.
No chance. Because, like, if these guys are taking me down, he's going to take me down.
Yeah, it doesn't help the confidence.
No, but I'm like, you know what? Like, I'll fight anybody. I'm here. Like, I told you I'd do the fight. Like, I'm not going to, there's so many guys that will turn down fights just because they think they're going to lose. Like, that's not me. Like, even if I think I'm going to lose, I'll still go in there and fight. Like, I don't even give a fuck. But anyways. But the silver lining to that is those same wrestlers that would beat me up in that camp, over the course of a couple of years, I beat them all. So, like, yeah, it sucked, but it was a hard lesson learned that I needed.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Definitely can see how that would be. It's something to learn from, no matter how difficult it might have been at the time.
Yeah, but like, and that's I was actually just training with Nate Marquardt, and I was showing him like some get up, and I was telling him about how like Kamaru Usman, like he fucking scarred me, where like I hit the ground now and I look at it like it's fucking lava, like it's fire, like you don't want to be there, you don't pull guard, like I ain't Damian Maya, like I'm not gonna armbar you, like you just get up, So yeah, lesson learned.
And I mean, you mentioned Marquardt right there, and you're training with him recently, and Johnny Walker I saw too. And then you mentioned, when we started talking here about how you kind of bounce around in gyms. So you train with a lot of different notable people. Is that something you've always done, like not sticking to one camp, like you were saying?
Yeah. So I have like, when I train, dude, I have like a really high output, like I train hard. Like when I grapple hard. When I do wrestling, I wrestle hard. So sometimes it's hard to find like guys who can do that day in and day out. And then it becomes hard because sometimes like I'm too demanding of my training partners. Like, hey man, like why weren't we supposed to train tomorrow? Where are you at? And then, so it kind of helps for me to bounce around, give guys breaks, come back.
Yeah. And I know you were at King's MMA for a little bit too. Have you still been working with them at all?
And no, Vittori. He's like, dude, he's a beast of a middleweight. Like I've known him for years now.
Yeah.
So if I go to King's, I'm literally just going to spar him.
Yeah. Not a bad guy to spar at all. He's doing quite well these days.
Yeah. If he wasn't there, I'd probably never go back to King's. It's just, he's the only reason why I go there. No insult to King's. It's a great gym, but yeah, he's the only really reason I go there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Benny DeRouche, I'm gonna fuck his name up. Benny, you're my boy, bro. If I fucked your name up, I'm sorry. Benny DeRouche, but he's the man, bro. He's a 55er, but I mean, he's just a wealth of knowledge. Like every time I roll with him, like I feel like I learned something, and that doesn't happen often with me.
Yeah. Benil's very good. I think he's one of the dark horses in his division for sure. So.
Yeah, no, he's and it's crazy, man. Like he's if he's team no weight cut, like you watch him fight, he's a little flabby. Like he doesn't look like he cuts a lot of weight. I'm sure
Yeah.
he does, but he's not looking like he's walking in at like 6-8% body fat. Like I don't think I've ever seen that guy with an ab on him.
Yeah. Or
And he goes
just
in
one
there,
ab, one big
and
ab.
fights. Yeah, and he goes in there and he fights guys that like have a six pack. They look like they just got juiced out of their mind, and he goes and knocks them out. So he's kind of like, he was also like, he's actually been telling me for like a couple years to go up to middleweight, or a few years ago to middleweight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so hopefully he's right.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. And I mean, yeah, man, just coming off the layoff and everything, 2 years away. Was it hard for you to kind of deal with all the time away, considering, I know you're very passionate for training, and just
Oh,
wanted
bro,
to
I mean,
be active?
if you look at my Instagram, I was training with a full leg brace locked out after like I think 9 weeks. 9 weeks I was boxing. I mean, there's a video on my Instagram. He's falling right on my face. I was boxing,
Probably not recommended, I would assume.
No, definitely not. But it's just like, I don't necessarily like to fight. I like to train,
Yeah.
and you have to fight to train, unless I want to go work a 9 to 5, which I'll probably end up like shooting my boss or like some crazy shit. So I have to fight to sustain my lifestyle of training all the time. It makes me happy. The only thing me and Khabib have in common.
There you go. I mean, similar haircuts too.
Yeah, I do. I should grow up my fucking beard. I've been training with all these Russians or Dagestanians.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, you had a nice head of hair on you at one point. You ever gonna grow that back?
You know what, man? Like, oh fuck.
Over it.
I thought about it, dude, but like having long hair. I mean, you fucking know, dude. How long's your hair now? You gotta.
Yeah, pretty long right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting there, dude. It sucks. Imagine, do you train at all?
No, not really.
Yeah, dude. Imagine going on a mat and having a bunch of fucking dudes like,
Yeah, it'd be annoying.
Yeah, super fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then again, dude, like when I cut my long hair, it was like more of like a turning point in my life. Where I actually cut my hair because I wanted to stop fighting. That was like when I cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like 19, and I was a broke kid in a cage fighter, and I was like, you know what, man, like this shit sucks. Like I hate my life. I'm depressed. I don't make any money, and like I dropped out of high school, so I was like, I need to go sign up for. I want to go join the military. That was my thing. I want to go join the military. I'd fit in there. I'm an angry motherfucker. I could kill somebody. That sounds fun. So anyway. I probably should say that out loud. Just kidding. I would never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Violence is wrong. Fighters aren't sadistic. We don't fight because we like to hit people. We fight because we like competition. Yeah, right. Some bullshit. Give the glory to God. Jesus loves me. So yeah, anyway, so I cut my hair and I was like, you know what? Like I'm going to go join up at a community college and get my 15 college credits and join the army. And then a day later, I got arrested for fighting.
Oh, wow.
A day later. But then literally the day before college started, on Saturday, I went to a party. I hit 2 guys and got arrested for 2 felonies. I didn't get charged with 2 felonies, but my initial were 2 felonies.
Yeah. Well, damn. Mind if I ask what this story is there?
Bro, I was just an idiot fucking kid, man. I was an idiot, just like every other dumbass at a party.
Yeah.
My buddy was drinking, hitting on some fucking dirty girl. And I say dirty, and if you were there, I'm not being sexist. Like, she had a boyfriend, and like my buddy's like putting a pack of cigarettes in her cleavage, and she's like laughing and giggling, and I didn't even drink. Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the boyfriend like get super mad, obviously, like every fucking right to be mad. Your chick's like letting some guy grab her titties.
Yeah.
So he gets up to her and he starts like, hey man, don't fucking do that, and blah, blah, blah. It's like he reaches out to like grab me or him, and I just fucking clip him 1 time in the face. Oh shit. 1 time, right? And then all of a sudden his brother, I was like 18, I think one was 17, the other one was 18. We're all similar ages. The brother gets out of the car, comes running at me, and I just hit a pivot, boom, slug him right in the face. I knock out all his front teeth, break his jaw, break his nose. The cops show up, and I'm like, man, like, the guy grabbed me. His brother came running at me. Like, I didn't leave the spot. Like, I'd stayed here the entire time. And the cop was like, man, if you just gave him a black eye, we would let you go. We would literally let you go. But he goes, I mean, they have to go to the hospital right now. They're missing their front teeth. Their jaw's broken. So I got arrested on 2 felonies. So yeah, and then I had, I was on a fucking expensive bail because of the legal system. So I was super broke. I had to pay my bail bondsman because fucking jail sucks. So I asked Terry Treblecock, which he actually kind of hooked me up. Shout out to King of the Cage. I told him I was broke, and he gave me a fight in South Africa. So I went and fought in South Africa, and then yeah, that's the rest. That's why I'm back into fighting, because I got arrested.
Perfect. I mean, do you think that it would have changed things much if that didn't happen?
Oh, I probably would have joined the military and became an alcoholic, just like, not knowing, no, I mean, all my friends are in the military, but I would have joined the military. I would have wasted my life for 4 years and got out and been like, well, what do I do now? And then I would have been a cell tower guy. No, I mean, I don't know, dude. I never play the what if game, like life. That's something in life you should never do. You should just accept whatever it is that happens.
Yeah, of course. But no, just something.
But I'll tell you what, man, like that court case was one of the worst times of my fucking life, dude. Like you want to know about anxiety? Because I was looking at like 5 years.
Oh,
like
scary.
Yeah. I had a public defender, and the public defender was like, the first DA offered me 1 felony, 3 years, and my public defender was like, yeah, man, like you should do it, And I'm like, 3 years in jail for hitting 2 guys like once. So I was like, screw you. And then I met this guy named Andy Roth, really badass lawyer, dude. He literally took my case on for free. Like, shout out to Andy Roth. I mean, every now and then I'll talk to him. And the best he got was the DA offered me 1 year in county, or no, 1 year, 1 year county and 1 felony. So he did even better, right? So I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. So I had this grand scheme that I was going to go join the French Foreign Legion, bro. I was going to flee the country. Like, I was like, fuck that. So day of jury selection, bro, I brought a plane ticket to France. Like, I was literally going to flee the country and go try to join the French Foreign Legion.
Damn.
And then, day of jury selection, this is the last time I'm going to talk to DA. I was like, tell the DA, listen, I will plead to fucking anything. I don't want to be a felon, and I don't want to go to jail. And my lawyer looks at me. He goes like, they are never going to take that. And then I said, well, fucking it is what it is, and we'll go to trial. In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm about to take the fuck off. I lost a $500 plane ticket. So anyways, he came back, and he's like, yeah, they took the plea deal. No prison, no felonies. I was like, oh, shit. But, they only took it because it's like I had such a strong case of self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a chance that I could have went to court and won. And they knew that, and that's why they're like, well, there's a chance they're going to like this guy. They're going to understand he did reach out. He didn't mean to. Like, so, yep, that is why I'm a fighter today. Bad choices in life.
Fighting leads to fighting. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, right? It's funny. So me and Chris Curtis, we got in this like big fight the other day. I don't know if you know Chris Curtis.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
Action
he's
Man,
like
right?
Action Man. So he's like a longtime friend, but he's a dirty little fucking liberal. We're like enemies right now. We're not really friends for a couple months. So we're in the gym and we get in this fucking big fight. I actually have a picture of it. I really want to post it, but I think Syndicate will get mad if I post it. But we get in this big fight where me and him were just fucking slugging. Everybody jumps in and pulls Kurt back, pulls me back, and I just started laughing afterwards, And Nate Marquardt's like, Sean, because he's a Christian now, right? Nate's a good dude. So he's like, Sean, as a martial artist, you should have some restraint because you practice that. I'm like, first of all, I am not a martial artist. I'm a fucking psychopath who's a cage fighter. I didn't get in this to bow and do. Let's
clarify.
Yeah, I got in this because I like to fucking hurt people. That's why I'm doing this. But yeah, so what were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about Action Man there for a second. And fighting leading to fighting. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then Chris Curtis pissing me off. And I just seen him at the gym. We're having like this awkward silence. So like I'm talking to I feel like I'm in a fucking relationship. It's awkward as shit.
Oh my god.
And then I want to break the ice. And be like, hey Kurt, like, man, you want to kiss and make up? But then I know he's probably gonna be a cunt about it, and it's gonna result into another fight.
Yeah, the one thing leads to another.
So I'm gonna let that one simmer down for a little bit.
Yeah, just let it settle.
All right. So yeah, fighting leads to fighting. Moral of the story is, man, hit people, go with your instinct. It always works out well. Don't overthink shit. Just act.
Definitely. There we go.
I could be like Ian Heinisch, bro. What was that guy? Heroin dealer for a long time.
Don't want to be put misinformation out there, but I think it was something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. Hey, bro, you got to make money somehow. Fuck it. I mean, I didn't want to go be a mercenary and kill people for money. So I mean, you know, what's worse?
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
speaking of hitting people, you hit Norton Taleb pretty hard. Got the sweet win in your last fight, of course, 2 years ago and everything. But you know, coming off of such a good win like that and a great finish, was it kind of harder to deal with the layoff on top of things because of, you know, you got some momentum back with that win?
It wasn't, dude. I mean, but like when you say layoff, so like I was in a lawsuit, right? I mean, I walked away with an okay piece of chunk of money,
Yeah.
which which makes fighting a lot more enjoyable. But so like you would go to insurance doctors, right? Because they would say like, this is your injury, you have to go see their doctor, and their doctor they want to look at your MRI and they want to look at your and they want to look at you and be like, no, there's a hole in the case, like, you know, this guy's lying. So I go to the insurance doctors, and their insurance doctor's like, oh yeah, he's fucked up. He should probably never fight again. You know, like his leg is pretty fucking destroyed. So like it wasn't so much the battling of like, oh, coming off a good win. It was like, should I even fight again? You know, after hearing what doctors said to me, should I even fight again? That was more the struggle of it. Was not even a win, just do I need to move on in my life?
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what? There's dudes fighting with one arm. Those motherfuckers can do it. At least I still have a fucking leg, right? It just doesn't work well.
So yeah, I mean, it was you got hit by a car, right, on your motorcycle?
Yeah, I was actually leaving King's MMA, and then I got hit by a car and just destroyed my knee, tore my patella. I still have a torn quad, missing part of my kneecap. Like, and my leg's still pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Jeez. I mean, were you conscious for that moment, or was it like you went out when it happened?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I get like little flashes of what I think happened, but I don't know if they're false memories, if my brain just kind of implanting them, you know?
Yeah. Well, damn, man. I mean, what was the recovery like for all that? I mean, obviously, you know, they told you that you probably weren't going to be able to fight again, right? So, I mean, going through that mental process, but physically.
They told me I shouldn't fight again. Okay. I mean, you know, you can do anything. You're a grown ass man, do what you want. They said I shouldn't fight again.
Yeah.
You know, I will say one thing about the UFC, bro. Like the UFC, Heather, all the physical therapists, like they were actually like very supportive. Where like I would see doctors and they would like give me the kind of the cringe look, like, God damn. Like after they're looking at my MRIs and X-rays, looking at me like, you know, with a funky look on their face. And then I would go see Heather and all the people at the PI, and they were like really supportive, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, that's good to hear. And I mean, I bet it was a good feeling too, because that Taleb fight was the last one in your contract too. So they re-signed you. Was it before or after the accident?
After.
Okay. So, I mean, that's got to be a good feeling that they were still invested in you despite everything, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've had a couple boring fights in the UFC, and I take complete ownership of that. But like the way the UFC set up, it's a very like stressful organization, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not go out there and have a war and then, you know, we're going to love you. Like you go out there and you have a war and you take a couple losses, even if you're throwing haymakers, well, you know, it's half your pay and you still took a couple losses. So they kind of make it a hostile work environment, you know? So towards the end of my contract, I mean, I told him, and I love UFC, obviously, fucking overlord UFC. You guys are awesome, man. It was my dream to be in the UFC, right? It still is. So I told Sean Shelby that yeah, man, like from now on out, like, you know, I'm just going to have fucking wars. Like I'm going to stand and bang with guys. I'm going to look to fucking finish. And, you know, same with this Jack Marshman, I don't fucking know his name, but same with this guy, you know, like,
yeah.
I want to go in there. I want to put on a show as opposed to just like, cause I know like if I got in my boxing stance and I jabbed him and I stuck and moved and I took him down, like I could just, you know, I could outpoint him for 3 rounds, but you know, I told the UFC that I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to fucking try to kill some motherfuckers. So hopefully, hopefully that comes to fruition. that fighting leads to fighting works out.
Yeah, exactly. It's all full circle with the fighting with more fighting.
Yeah, right. But
um,
yeah, so no, I mean, I'm one of those guys. I don't even look at the past. Like to me, like after a fight, I learn from it, but it's gone. I don't even think about it.
yeah.
Rearview mirror, man. Fucking.
So do you like study opponents very much? Like for example, Marshman here. Do you know much about him besides he comes to brawl for the most part?
Yeah, he's not really much you gotta watch on him. Like he's just a brawler. Like he's just I mean, he wants to just come forward and throw overhands. Like it's kind of Marshman. You just want to keep your fucking hands up. You don't want to overextend. Fire down the pipe. I should take him down. That'd probably be my easiest route, was just to take him down, but that's probably not going to happen. It's one of those things my coach was like, Sean, listen, man, just go in there and take him down. Like you're a fucking killer on the ground. Just go in there and take him down. And I'm like, guys, I really hope that happens, but I doubt it's going to happen.
So
I
just
get
kind
what
of
you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
yeah, might not resonate the same when we're in there.
My brain's gonna go fucking complete retarded. But and then you don't get bonuses off fucking taking guys down,
Yeah. I mean,
When's the
unless
last
you
time
completely smash him, like Khamzat, for example. You heard of this guy?
wait, who's that?
Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh yeah, no, he was at Extreme once.
Yeah.
Well, bro, his last guy he fought, man. Where did they? I don't. Who was that guy?
Meerschaert.
Meerschaert. Was that guy good as a fighter?
Yeah, I mean, he's his best opponent so far. I mean,
Oh, he looked like he was scared shitless of that guy. I mean, he watched the fight, bro. It looked like he was fighting Kamaru Usman for a sec. Fucking flipped against the cage. It looked like Sage Northcutt before he got his face shattered. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like you look at the way he fought that guy, and like don't get me wrong, like that's a scary Dagestani or Russian or whatever the fuck he is.
yeah.
Like, he comes to bring heat. I've watched him train, but yeah, his last opponent, bro, like you look like it, like you kind of look like a bitch. Like I don't want to say that, bro. I'm telling you, like if you ever get this interview, I'm telling you that as like a friend. Like you came out there looking like you did not want to fucking be there. You look fucking scared. You need to go talk to a mental coach. I don't fucking know.
There's a lot of hype on Khamzat. Maybe it, got to him a little bit.
No, I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, there's always, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's fucking true. But still,
I mean, if you were in his position, how would you like feel? Just considering, how he's being hyped up so much, and you go against somebody who, like, your boss is openly like saying this guy's special. Like, would that affect you mentally much?
I mean, how old was I? I mean, I'm like 29 now, man. Like,
Yeah.
like things change as you get older, bro. Like things change, like you stop. Yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, I would hope that like the only like I will say, but like with Kamaru Usman, man, like going into a fight knowing without a doubt you're gonna lose. Like there was nothing I could have done besides just got lucky that I would have beat him. Nothing. And that sucked. Like I remember going in there like this fucking sucks. So I guess that, but I mean, with that Chimaev guy, like, I mean, he's not Kamaru Usman, like he
Yeah.
fucking, yeah. That guy just let it get to him, it kind of sucks, but you could just tell he was scared. I looked like his back foot was trying to fucking find a way out of the cage the entire round, the whole like 10 seconds of it.
Well, see how it goes for Gerald in his next fight.
Gerald
Meerschaert.
I'm Gerald Meerschaert, bro. I don't fucking know you, man. I'm just saying you look fucking scared. Like you might have done well. Like, no, I'm just saying the reason why you probably did so bad is because you fought so scared. I'm just simply saying if you didn't fight him scared, you might have done well. We will never fucking know.
Yeah, and the most interesting part too about that fight was what would have happened on the ground because Meerschaert he's got the record for most middleweight submissions actually, and like he's got like 20 plus submissions on his record. He's kind of a really good with his submission game, so it would have been interesting, but we'll never know. Yeah, unfortunately.
So, dude, there'll be guys I'll fight because I have a reputation for hard sparring, and like in the gym, bro, I have the reputation for being a fucking savage. I mean, in the fight, I don't know how the fight goes. So I'll meet guys and like decently high level guys. They're like scared of me. I'm like, bro, stop it. Like I don't give a fuck how good I am. Like, if you're scared of me, you will never win. Like, you won't do well with me. Just leave right now. Like, you're scared of me. Like you really, like I was giving this guy a prep talk. He's fighting Bellator. I was like, we're sparring last night. I was like, man, I don't know what you got to do if you have to go fucking lay in bed at night and, you know, talk about how much you hate me, but like you need to bring some like heat tomorrow, some animosity, because you can't walk in here scared of me, else I'm gonna fuck you up again.
Yeah. You're like, I need some actual training here, a challenge of it.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not like yes, I'm better than you, but I'm also better than you because you're fucking scared to do anything to me.
Yeah.
I don't know at your best because I will never see your best because you're fucking scared.
So.
Yeah, so I'm also like I'm a fighter / trainer / mental coach / asshole all in the same.
The whole melting pot there.
Yeah, dude, I try, man. You know, you gotta fucking, you gotta beat people down every now and then. But yeah, so yeah, fighting leads to fighting. Fighting's good, and yeah, good shit.
Good shit, man.
Good, Chris Curtis, fucking being emotional.
Yeah. And well, you know, I want to mention the Marshman fight again, obviously, because that's coming up here.
Fucking, let's talk about Marshmallow.
Yeah. Well, originally you were supposed to fight, you know, somebody else, Wellington Turman, right? And so just like, did it change up much for you having to go from opponent to opponent? I mean, I'm sure you've had to deal with, you know,
I don't know how you get COVID 6 weeks out from a fight and then you don't fight. I mean, that was a little suspicious.
Yeah.
So what I think happened, I'll tell you what I think
Conspiracy?
This is my conspiracy. Because, I mean, unless there was some, like, visa situation. Does he train in the States or he trains in Brazil?
I'm not sure. And
then again, like, if he got COVID, how does he even know? Like, if I got COVID, I wouldn't even tell the UFC. Like, if I had COVID 5 weeks out, I'm not telling nobody. I'm not telling nobody. I'll pay my training partners, like, hey,
yeah.
You know, like, I'm not telling nobody. Like, by the time I fight, it's going to be clear. No one will even know. After my fight, I might came out like, hey, you guys, if any relatives died, I'm sorry I may have had COVID. But, you know, we did it together. Teamwork.
Yeah. Well, is USADA testing for COVID too now, or?
No, I mean, I got tested by once. They just piss test me.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, so my conspiracy with that, and I could be completely fucking wrong. I go and train with Johnny Walker, and Johnny Walker, like, he's cool, man. Like, I consider Johnny Walker a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally like 2 days later, this fucking guy gets COVID and pulls out. And Johnny Walker's telling me how like they're fucking, you know, they're friends. I'm like, oh, and then, you know, I was like, oh.
Putting one and one together.
I haven't told Johnny, Johnny, it's a little suspicious. The day after I train with you, your friend pulls out of a fight, you know?
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah, that was my conspiracy. And then Johnny Walker just laughed at me. He's like, oh no, I'm a fucking Brazilian, you know? You never fucking, you know, Brazilians, you can't trust those motherfuckers. No, every now and then you'll meet a good Brazil and you're like, what are you talking about, man? You're honest? What's going on? No, I say that, but I'm an MMA fighter and I have a shit ton of Brazilians. I mean, I still don't fucking trust them, but they're my, no. I'm just fucking around. Hey, Brazil, you guys are fucking awesome, man. You elected a clown for like Senate or something. Oh yeah. So, anyways, back to the opponent point. I don't give a fuck, dude. Honestly, like, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, what do you think about fighting with no crowd? Is that something that you think is gonna be weird?
No, man. I mean, it's the end of the day, dude. It's just a fight. If anything, it's cool. It's in fucking Vegas. I got to drive my car. Like, it literally feels like I'm going to a training session.
Save some money.
You know? Yeah, save some money, dude. I get to fucking hang out here. I mean, Vegas kind of sucks, but fighting in Vegas, bro, is cool as shit, man. Like, yeah, it's cool. Other than Vegas, I'm actually at the PI right now. Oh no, it's not bad. Happy gig.
Yeah, there you go.
Ready to make some money.
Oh, hey, you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you like this video and want to see more like it, give it a like and maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Until then, we'll see you next time.